Yeah. Beers. Monday Night Beers. What's going on?
Hello.
Rip it. I don't need the
Yeah,
other
that's what they
it.
get.
I don't like rip it. I think it's just grip and rip it. You don't need the other it. It's too wordy.
It's not. What is? It's grip and rip. What are you talking about? Oh, grip and rip it.
Yeah, John Daly's thing is grip it and rip it. I don't think you need the first it. I like the alliteration, it's fine, but I think grip and rip it is plenty. It's a more economical use of the words.
Grip it and rip it.
Dude, speaking of, like a week or two ago, there was like Jerry Lawler 50 years in wrestling thing they did in like Alabama or Mississippi. And first of all, obviously masks were a little bit of a fucking whatever you feel like doing, but there was a photo of fucking Lawler and JR with John Daly and Kid Rock, dude.
Oh my God.
Oh, sure.
That is.
Yeah.
It's like, so both those guys must have fucking made the run, right? Like, it's not like they live in fucking wherever that shit took place. Like, Kid Rock and John Daly were like, we're on, let's do it.
Like the Yalta conference.
Road trip.
Fucking.
Kid Rock's turned to he's just a Nashville townie now. Just around.
Good guy, though.
It's weird. Is that Kid Rock lives in Nashville?
Yeah. He's like a Nashville guy.
That's
funny. That's what Jack White did.
That's where Jack White busted too. Canned Rock would like to know favorite Petty Jam, preferably a non-greatest hits track. Obviously in reference to the photo of Tom Petty that we use for this week's post.
That was fantastic. What is that for? Is that just a general like promo shot that they did for something? Or
dude, I would have thought it was a fucking fake because that cart is so loaded with great shit, but it was on his official Instagram, so it must be real. So I don't know.
I'm not saying it's my favorite jam, but a good non-greatest hit song is the Apartment song off of Full Moon Fever. I like that song. Obviously, Wildflowers is my favorite Tom Petty album.
Right.
Pick any song out of that one.
Casa Vega single. That's a banger.
That's good. There was one off of that new collection that I really liked that I can't pull it off the top of the dome. You put out that whole batch of unreleased tracks. Do you remember what it was? It's been enjoyed. But
the one that you were feeling,
what the track name is. Here, you boys talk, and I'll look.
But isn't there
That's why it's nice.
Is there an expanded Wildflowers coming out that's like 4 or 5 discs or something soon?
Yeah, it is huge.
Like, I can't wait for
every
that.
time they fucking turn the tape on.
There's a sweet concert on YouTube from New Year's he did in Santa Monica, like 1978. I want to say that's a banger. That's a dope live watch. His whole fit too. He's like changing throughout. Like he has all these layers he's taking off, but everything he's wearing is like badass. Kind of like a bullfighter almost.
I'm gonna go with "Rocking Around with You." That's
a good one.
Petty Jam.
Favorite or just non-greatest hits?
Well, it's definitely up there for me, and it is a track that doesn't get a lot of radio play. I feel like he plays it live a lot, but
Even the Losers, is that a big one?
it feels like
he
has so many hits. It's hard to be like,
Yeah.
But even the Losers, yeah, that's a great track.
Even that movie, I had no idea it was about like a movie song. He did like a whole soundtrack. What's that one track?
He's the one. It's an Ed Burns movie.
Walls Part 2 is a banger.
Yeah, and it was funny. Like She's the One is it's like leftovers from Wildflowers that he just put out on that one because he wanted it to be a dub. I sound like I'm a Tom Petty mark, but I guess he wanted Wildflowers to be a double album, and they didn't. And then so a lot of that shit wound up on that movie. She's the One.
Breakdown's a banger. I'm not seeing a star next to it on Apple Music.
Breakdown that's on classic rock, man.
Oh yeah.
So,
If you were
Won't Back Down's a banger. He has put out nothing but bangers.
What is this off of? What is Two Gunslingers off of? Into the Great Wide Open? Yeah. That would be it. That's not what I'm thinking of, but Two Gunslingers.
Okay.
Took you long enough.
Well, I had to look it up.
Staying,
'Cause it's
staying
been my
with the music-
favorite. Look,
Staying with the music vibe, Mingstein would like to know what's your album of the year so far?
Oh geez, I've been down. Wait, what just happened with Bernsey?
Hell yeah.
Hopefully you didn't smoke too much reefer.
I haven't been listening to that much new stuff. I've been just down the rabbit hole on old shit mostly.
Mhm.
So I'm not like I used to like when I was younger, like in my 20s, I would read Pitchfork every day at my office job and get new albums. And now I'm out of the loop now. I don't know nothing.
Yeah, I think that like new music was super fun for a while when you first got Spotify and things. Like you could have, it was so much that you could choose from, but at a certain point it's just like I can't keep up. Like I don't have 8 hours to sift through shit like every week. Vince, Cross Control. I want the Cross Control record. That's
There
from
you
last
go.
year. It's not an album.
2019.
I'm gonna say, if we're talking about an LP, a full album for 2020, I'm gonna go Ronin by Rotting Out and Freelancers Blues by Dougie Poole, which is a record I should send to you guys because it's fucking awesome. It's almost like if Orville Peck was a little more AM Gold.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. Is John Prine's The Tree of Forgiveness, is that 2019 or 2020?
Let's
I don't
say 2020.
Well, let's just say it's 2020 so I can pick that and we can move along.
I don't want to be a liar though. Let's double check this.
Yeah, I was just thinking of some albums and I think they're all like 2019, 2018. I'm the guy who doesn't recognize songs anymore.
2018.
Oh, son of a bitch. God damn it.
Like even like the last concert I went to for COVID was just Built to Spill, which is a 90s band.
That was 19.
Yeah, was
Right?
that 19? Yeah,
I thought-
that was.
Or was it? Yeah, it must have been. That was like November.
I don't. My brain. It could be March. It could be Wednesday. It could be 1967. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Doesn't matter.
Gnarly,
You know
who
what
you
I-
got?
Big Cheese. Big Cheese at Punishment Park record's dope. The DMA's record's really good. The Glow. And then I was jamming the new Hum one today again. Came back in my rotation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think what
I like
else.
that.
Deftones dropped the record too. That just came out. It's all right.
I like that new Pearl Jam record a whole lot. That's a lot of fun to listen to. That new Strokes album were both really different, like exciting, like, oh, there's a new fucking James Bond movie. You know, it's like, oh, what's that? And then there are lots of different textures, and those were both really fun records. And I'm not so versed that I know a ton of indie cool stuff, but those are really good.
You do all right, Burns. You try to pretend, but you know.
I get by, Daddy.
Jojo Allen, he wants to know if you could book your dream show with any 5 bands, living or dead, who would it be? You got 5 bands on the card, and they can be alive or dead.
Pants on the ground. I'm just kidding.
Fucking pen and paper for these questions now. What is?
5's a lot. 5's a heavy bill.
Go Sam Cooke. I'm gonna put Sam Cooke on there. Is that a band or is that a guy?
Sam Cooke's a guy.
That's a guy. He'll have a backing band. I mean, you can just put together a show. It doesn't have to be a band. It could be
Sam Cooke. Okay, there's
You know,
one.
I think if you bring Sam Cooke back to life to play, I don't think people will get mad at you and say that's a guy, not a band. Burns, that's a guy.
He's not playing all the instruments. All right, I'll make a list. This is
I'm gonna
tough.
go Oasis, Thin Lizzy, Power Trip. I'll throw in Early Rage. It's gotta be the early Rage though. Like they're gonna be all young and shit. And then I
saw
want
a
to see.
Rage in person because I'm an old man.
Let's go original Sabbath lineup, but like in their prime, like the first 2 records.
Yeah.
Boy.
Thinking.
I'm gonna go. All right, I got Sam Cooke so far. I want to see Pink Floyd in the prime. I want to see prime Led Zeppelin. Like I can't imagine like what that even fucking be like. That has to be just fantastic. 2 more. Okay.
Are you working?
All right. Prime.
Kid Rock.
Okay. Born to Run. Bruce Springsteen and E Street.
Also, there's some bands I like who I think aren't that great live, so I wouldn't necessarily pick them. And
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Like, what would be like something that I haven't seen? Like, I've seen Seeger a few times. Like, and it was fucking awesome. I don't need to see it again. If I can only pick 5.
You don't want to see
Motley
Young,
Crue's
Motley
supposed to-
Crue? Young. We're talking about. You know, that doesn't have to be the fat version now.
Yeah, but I don't think they were never really that good. It'd be fun to see them in a club, in like at the Whiskey a Go Go or some shit.
Hey,
like
man,
that.
Your show's at a club and they're playing.
Yeah, but is that the right call? Is there some other garbage? All right, Van Halen, classic. All right, and everyone will hate this, but I'm gonna 5150 Van Halen. I want to see the 5150 tour. Everyone shut up.
You fucking lost me.
I wasn't asking you to come on the ride, Gnarly. That's my journey. All right, there. That's 5. Great.
Who's up next? Who's up next?
Go ahead.
Hey, baby.
I'm still working on mine. I'll let somebody else go.
That's why I've learned to start bringing a pad and paper to the show because I need to keep track.
I'm gonna go. Here's a dude that I'll put on even though I've seen him because he fucking rocks that hard. KRS-One is definitely on the show. Zeppelin. I'll do AC/DC with Bon Scott. I'll do Black Flag with Rollins in the band. And I guess Thin Lizzy in the 5 spot.
I want to change mine. I'm taking out Rage and throwing in Bad Brains.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's a banger.
That's a lot of fun. I'm changing 5150 out for a Sunset
do that.
early. I can too. I'm taking that out and I'm adding in Guns N' Roses doing a small club on the Strip, doing the Appetite album. I can't. That's got to be just absolutely incredible.
Yeah. You're throwing up.
I'm going to move Pink Floyd and I'm putting in 5150 there because I've seen Floyd. I've seen like The Wall. I've seen all that shit live, and it's
fair enough.
About the same. I'm going to be all far away. All right, I'm moving 5150. I want front row tickets for that though. So there you go. Okay.
And I'll also say the bands that I wouldn't put on there, but that are fucking unanimously killers live every time I've seen them is Fugazi, My Morning Jacket, and the Beastie Boys.
Yeah. Like I've seen My Morning Jacket a few times. So
I guess this is not. Go.
NWA be good. Oh, fuck.
Burns,
Go
yield your time.
Well, this is the thing. There's a lot more good bands than 5, so it doesn't have to be. This isn't a real thing that's going to happen. So we don't have to worry about
it. Is. You'll see.
You'll see.
My list is James Brown, Modern Lovers, Junior Kimbrough, the Louvin Brothers, and then I don't know, maybe like let's do like Exile era Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought you were going to throw in some William Oneybear, man.
Oh, Willie Moneybo. I don't know if he's live and he might shoot me. Good. He's a crazy guy.
James Brown, that's a nice pull.
Definitely.
He's a little
KJM
obscure. I'm sorry, go.
No, no. KJM underscore this whole time. Again, I think sometimes people get a little drawn into the photo. We haven't had this much photo-related questions since Jesse's photo of him on Halloween as a nerd. Which song is better, Free Fallin' or American Girl?
American Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free Falling's a great song, but
Also, two different vibes.
like if you had to like blast like one American rock song into outer space for the aliens to hear, I mean, you might just pick like American Girl. That's like we've all heard it a million times, but it's a great song.
It's a perfect song.
And Free Falling, like it's great, but I feel like it's, you know, you could, that's a credit card commercial song at this point. Like American Girl still has a different vibe to it. Free Falling is, you've heard it on Jack FM 5,000 times.
Classic
That's
90s music video though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it just burned out my brain that
Yeah.
I got to go something a little harder, more complex.
Rob Lobster 43, Rob Sakuzo, what's the best pet you've ever had?
I can't play favorites, dog.
Yeah, man. Every dog I've ever owned is now on the other side. Salute.
Yeah, peace out. Big ups.
Uh,
I mean, I've had a lot of good dogs and pets. You know, there's some that weren't so great, but
Yeah. I mean,
I never have.
never had a pet.
I wasn't allowed to have cats or dogs growing up. So I
Oh,
never
that's
had-
a shame.
I envy that
Yeah,
because
never-
you never had that heartbreak, man.
But you get the good times too. It's a fair trade.
Never had that. Then I had a dog that I lost to the divorce. My pug, Fozzie Bear, she took that, and that was it. And then I had some shitty cats that I fucking hated while I lived here for a little bit, and they destroyed all my record albums. Then we weren't friends anymore.
yeah.
I will say my favorite pet that was not actually my pet was my sister's Great Dane from like a few years back. The Dane, he was a good boy.
Big boy.
The greatest hits included when they tried to put a jacket on him and he fucking chewed it off himself and pissed all over it.
Yes.
Dude, I had a dachshund growing up named Christopher Columbus who, could seemingly argue back with you. Like my dad would yell at it, he'd bark back at him.
Oh yeah.
Bit the end of a girl's nose off one time when she came through the backyard, and he was on a chain, man. She got no business going over there. And he
Yeah, that's
fucking
true.
snapped the end of her nose off. Thankfully, this is, before people were so litigious. But also one time we would keep him in the laundry room when we weren't home. And it's one of those, like, you can picture like an interior door that's just like thin wood and the interior of the door is like hollow. And I guess he was fucking done being in there. So he started to chew through the door. And we had gotten home.
Oh,
he
yeah.
chewed a nice significant piece of the door. And so he just starts fucking drinking a bowl of water like hardcore and then just blows out all these fucking splinters of wood and was fine. He was
Oh
fine.
my god, dogs, dude.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
there you have it.
Bursey, this is what you're missing out on.
My cat Michael was
Well,
cool.
I had the dog I liked. I guess it's the pug. It's the pug. I like Fozzie. It's a good dog.
What about Michael, man?
Just missed that cat, dude. He was like he turned me on cats because before I would tolerate cats, but they weren't my shit. And then he made me like love cats because he just had his own personality. He was like a stray we found like when I was in high school. Back was all fucked up with like ticks and shit. We got him all cleaned up. Perfect cat.
Yeah.
Died of kidney disease way too early. He was only like 9. Fucked
Now,
up.
like I used to hate cats, mostly because I was severely allergic to them until I was on shots for like 10 years. But now I got 2 fucking cats. No one would have guessed.
Wow, man,
I
you're
did.
still on shots, dude. Come on.
These are my allergy shots right now.
No, I mean, I'm shining a little light on Christopher Columbus. Obviously,
No, Christopher Columbus was. You've brought him up before. He's a very good dog.
I live with 3 tremendous cats right now, but they've got a lot of pub. I'm trying to give some time to the lesser known.
Yeah, they got more followers than any of us.
Yeah, Elvis is probably more famous than any.
Dude, I mean, if anything, that guy,
Got
like,
sponsors.
he's a Siamese cat that's a dog. We all know he slapped a sandwich out of Matt McCarthy's hand one time.
And like that cookie shit is real, man.
Mhm.
Like Elvis want a cookie is like that is very real. If you are familiar with Elvis, that is not a gimmick. That is.
Oh man, no.
And now I'm giving more pub.
Tells me every morning when he starts stomping on my head. He's the realest of the real. THMSDTN 20. Most of you guys are Lions fans. I'm a Falcons fan. A, what keeps you going? And B, is there a beverage you can recommend that will get you through an evening of disappointment? Well, I can tell you that because the Lions have sucked for the entirety of my life and before that you must protect yourself. You cannot allow them to hurt you anymore. It just is like, what's going to happen. And that's what it is. Like, there's no.
It's just like the only time it was fun to be a Lions fan was when we had Barry Sanders, because it was at least fun to watch him. Even now, like with the Saints, I looked on my phone and they were up 14-0, and you're like, whatever, they're going to lose. And they lose.
Yeah, you don't have any expectations.
It's just like, you just got to embrace the abyss and wait for another team to be good. But, Falcons are kind of rough too.
But the Falcons have shown promise, and that's probably why this individual just isn't totally.
I will say, though, it would be like the Falcons when they blew the Super Bowl against the Patriots. That's more painful than just the Lions always sucking, I think.
Well, that's the age-old question. Is it worse to be a sports fan of a team that always gets close, or never gets a fucking sniff?
Because I went 20 years without the Tigers making the playoffs, and then when they lost the World Series, I thought it's so stupid because it doesn't matter. But
I was in bed for a week, Pop.
Yeah.
I was sick for a week.
I was sick. I thought, oh God. I always think I've outgrown it and I don't care anymore. And then the Tigers are in the playoffs and I feel like I'm gonna puke. It's so stupid.
Yeah. I ruined a few shirts that year.
Yeah.
Have you
Here's
ever?
I mean, here's how I deal with it: is like, boom, Browns fan, suck it. That's it. Bills fan, Bills and Browns. Those are my fantasy players are what I care about.
You can't do that, dude. You can't do that.
No honor.
I'm doing it
No
right.
honor. No honor.
I'm doing it right now.
Switching.
Well, I guess I don't have honor then. Honor is overrated, gnarly.
You're a cop. That's what cops
I'm a winner.
do.
Hey, hold on,
Cops
hold
switch
on.
teams,
now.
man.
I'm a winner.
Yeah.
I'm a winner.
Pretty soon you'll be wearing a Yankees hat. And
Oh,
No, that's different. You got to have.
He has the
these are
Padres one in a
underdog teams.
drawer.
That's all made up. That's fake news, gnarly.
that's funny.
God damn.
Yeah, and as far as I would say the iced gargoyle at the turkey's nest is what you want.
yeah, just have some suds and
Disappointment.
think about, the Falcons had Gerald Riggs or whatever, some other guys, just to enjoy your time.
Have a laugh.
My team suck.
Grand scheme. Dave Sarah wants to know, what's your favorite board game?
I guess Monopoly. I don't like board games. Like if I'm at a party and board games come out, I'll be sitting over there watching TV. I got no interest. I don't like people getting in fights. People always get competitive and shit, and I just don't give a fuck. So it's like there's nothing more irritating to me than you're playing some board game, someone wins or does better than you, and they're like, "Oh, fuck!" I'm like, I don't care. I don't give a. You throw this thing out the window. Here, you have all my chips or whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to play pool at the bar. I don't want to play darts. I just none of that stuff. I will say, occasionally we'll play some Scrabble.
Scrabble's good.
Smokes me unanimously, kicks my ass every time. But I can get into it for a little while. I like Scrabble, all right.
Monopoly, Risk is good. Does chess and backgammon count as a board game?
Board games, my friend.
I guess,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I guess I'd say Monopoly or Risk, my favorite board games. Monopoly, you can't play with two people though. You need 4 or 5 people, or else it's not fun.
Monopoly was a lot of fun in the summers in Michigan when it was super hot. We didn't have air conditioning. You go in the basement.
Yeah.
And we didn't have cable anyway. It's just you need something to do that takes all fucking day, and you just play Monopoly. It was just
You know, when I was like 19, 20, 21, my friends and I, well, we played card, we gamble, or we play hearts or spades, and we'd also play like Monopoly for money. And we would just like stay up all hours and just like scream at each other and get in like huge fights over fucking Monopoly.
that feels different to me because you're arguing over property, and that's different.
Yeah.
All right, I'll change. I'll even switch. I'll switch it from just straight up Monopoly. My favorite board game is the McDonald's Monopoly game. Before the scandal, like before they made a big deal and made that horrible documentary that was unfucking watchable.
Yeah, I never finished the first episode, I don't think.
Man, you peel that off, you got a free large fry and a piece you need. Ooh, that's a nice value meal right there.
When I was a kid, I was such a fucking rube. I get like, you get Park Place, and I think all I need I might be about to get rich. I might get that, and then you don't get it. You're never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Gnarly, you fuck with any board games?
Trouble was sick. Because you didn't have to roll the dice. It's already in there. You just fucking pushed it.
Oh,
Sorry.
I like that with
Yeah.
the
It's
bubble.
got a cool
and then you
noise
move
going the
little
whole
pieces.
time. I like Connect 4 a lot.
Yeah.
Connect 4 is fun.
Not a board
Is that a
game,
board?
but that's
Not a
cool.
Is that a board?
Comes in a board.
It's basically
No, it comes in a box.
The vertical
You can use it as
board.
a board.
Sorry's a good game.
It's a
Sorry.
board with sides. I always liked the idea. I never had any of them, but like Dark Tower or like Stop Thief that had like a little electronic component to the game.
Mousetrap was one I always wanted just because the commercial like went hard as fuck.
There's an old board game. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's
Commercials.
I don't know if it's popular, but there's a board game I had a kid called Scotland Yard that was kind of fun.
Is that like Clue but more hardcore?
You're basically just chasing someone's like the criminal and other people are the fuzz, and you got to like chase them around. And
I remember
that's
fucking with Stratego.
Seems problematic, Pop Man.
but it's in Europe. It's fine.
I remember playing Stratego and kind of liking it back in the day. But it is Battleship? Is that a board game?
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems more.
That's like
more in
Connect
the-
4 then, right?
Thank you. That's what I was trying to help you out, dude. I see
Hungry Hippos. Fucking what's that little Crossfire? Crossfire is sick.
All right.
Crossfire.
So these are
So
different.
dope.
I picture games like that have cards and questions involved. These are like action board games, and this is
I
a
call
whole
them
different
board
genre.
games.
I like those.
I
I know, but I like those. I'm
Those are
saying I
fun.
like those. Hungry Hippos is great. That's just mashing things.
I'm real good at categories. That's more of I'll house some fools at categories.
Your special skills on the resume at the bottom, real good at categories.
What's the
Excel?
Balderdash? But that's not really a board
Balderdash.
game either.
Yeah.
That can be fun if you're good at lying. The question that I'm about to ask is like, to me, one of the most difficult that we've ever faced here on the show.
Oh wow.
Curtis Higgs would like to know best Little Debbie cake or treat. I looked at it earlier, dude, and I was like, fuck, man.
What's it called? The Nutter Butt is
Nutty Buddies?
Nutty
Buddy?
Pretty much all high school, every for lunch, I had a bagel and cream cheese and a Nutty Buddy.
Now, when you say Nutty Buddy, just to make sure, because that's what it is, but it's the ones with the wafers, right?
Yeah. I had the chocolate wafers,
Nice.
and
The fucking like the encased cookie with the tube of peanut butter through it that's chocolate covered. I think that's my favorite, and I don't even know what that's fucking called.
you're wrong, but so we don't even need to find out what it's
I mean, I'm wrong
called.
about what?
That's not the best one.
No, hold on. The question is, did you tell me I was wrong about Scrabble, motherfucker? We're talking
I'm
about what's my
kidding.
favorite. It's the best. It's the best. But oatmeal cream pie, of course, right up there.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
white. What are the white? The white with
Zebra
brown stripes.
cake?
Zebra cake.
Yeah.
Zebra
Those are
cake.
good. Zebra cakes are good.
I'll fuck with a jelly roll.
What about the fucking Star Crunch?
Star Crunch is good. I mean, Little Debbie does good stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Cosmic brownies go off. The Swiss rolls. I like Swiss rolls. Swiss
Swi-
rolls are sick. Hold it like a cigar.
Yeah.
Oh God, now I want to go.
I mean,
I want to walk to 7-Eleven and get 7 Little Debbie shits.
You get
If we were
12
talking-
boxes for 65 on Walmart right now, of like one of each.
If we were even talking about Hostess, it wouldn't even matter. It'd be like, cupcake, whatever. But
Yeah.
Little Debbie, it's a murderer's row.
Yeah.
A lot of diversity in that lineup too. There's all kinds of different flavors. They got a wafer thing. They got a soft thing, the cookie that's got the rice. Little Debbie is just a far superior lineup. Like it's a real balanced team.
And now that I think about it, it's kind of funny that they got into like the schools, like elementary school, junior high school. It was all like Little Debbie shit.
Yep.
And
You guys fuck with pecan spin wheels?
never heard of that.
Mm.
That's on here. Fudge rounds, nutty
Pecan
bars.
spin wheel.
That's like a coffee
Like a-
cake kind of deal
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the glaze and like
Okay.
little bits of chopped pecans. Those are good with
Oh, I
a
do
morning
remember
with the
those.
coffee. You're going to work.
But I don't think I've seen a Star Crunch in a hot minute when I look at the Little Debbie selection at the store.
Those are the unsung. Those are the Samoas of the Little Debbie.
Yeah.
Those are
Well, it's not even a cookie. That's just a round candy bar. That's like $100,000. That's like a round $100,000.
It is. It's
Dude.
better than. Listen, I just got some $100,000 for my fucking Halloween candy. It's
Yeah.
better. Star Crunch is better.
You know what's funny? You could go back in time to like the 1950s and go to like a boardroom and just go like a round candy bar, and then you'd make like $10 million. Now all
We
these
sell it as a
good,
cake.
now all the good ideas are gone. You have to have real actual ideas now. Back then you could just say shit.
You could just
I gotta
fucking-
go with it's gotta be the nutty buddy, right?
Yeah,
Nutty
Yeah.
buddy. Yeah, because Nutter Butter is the cookie. Is the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
as
yeah,
The wafer
that's-
one.
yeah.
Nutty Buddy is the wafer. The
Nutter Butter is the
Yeah.
cookie that's shaped like a peanut. Nutty Buddy
Right.
is Little Debbie.
What is
In
the-
high school when we'd have beers like senior yearish or whatever, we'd always gun like a bunch of Nutty Buddies before we went home because it's like we thought that strong peanut butter smell would cover
Mhm.
up the alcohol, which may or may not have worked, but like
I knew guys that would, after smoking a cigarette, just rub grass on the lawn, and they're just like, "Oh, it makes the smell go away." They would just straight up
Okay.
grab grass
What?
and just rub their fingers. And I was like, "Okay, fool." Like,
Can I tell a quick story related to trying to disguise your smoking?
they're just picking
Vince,
up
I think you.
grass.
So I had a buddy in our 20s. he
Nutty Buddy.
no, well, he was married, and he pretended to have quit smoking, but he still smoked like a pack and a half a day. I don't know how he pulled it off, and it was annoying too because he pretended to quit, and then like his family would be like, Jesse, why don't you quit? Like he quit, and I'm like, okay, and I can't say like, you fucking smoking a pack and a half a day, you idiots. So one time we go to get Taco Bell. He opens up a secret compartment in his car. He goes, pack of smokes, puts on a batting glove. Hot boxes like 6 cigarettes while we're, and he's just going, and then he takes off the batting glove and he puts it into the thing. He takes out Banaka. He's taking hand sanitizer. He's rubbing his face, and he goes. And it was to a degree. It was like, why don't you just quit? This isn't even like cool. And then he went back in, and they're like, Jesse, you should quit smoking. And then it was just like
He's a fucking
ridiculous.
serial killer.
You're ripping a cig while he's doing all that too. Just
I will tell a story that I don't care if I should tell this or not. It doesn't matter. Who fucking cares? Brido was shooting Best Week Ever. Mike Bridenstine of Hunk fame is shooting a Best Week Ever Talking Head segment on VH1, and he's doing it with Todd Bridges is on that episode. And him and Todd Bridges are sitting in the green room or whatever, and Brido's like goes out to smoke. He's like, "Oh, you smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come with you." Todd Bridges pulls out of his pocket one of those big yellow dish gloves, just like puts it on. And then my wife doesn't know I still smoke, rips like 2 cigarettes, takes the glove off, puts it back in his pockets.
Yeah,
Willis.
Now, what happens when she's like, "Hey, I found this yellow dish glove," and then you're going, "Oh no, it's just because I'm trying to hide smoke." It's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you actually doing?
Dexter. What are you, Dexter of cigarettes?
Nah,
Yeah.
I see dog shit on the floor and I get mad and I put this glove on and I pick it up and I throw it.
Throw it.
A lot of guys going through some business so they can still rip butts.
Ted Cotta, with it being the NBA Finals / MLB playoffs, what's your favorite non-Detroit sports team, NBA or MLB playoff moment?
Mm,
I mean, I remember when Gibson hit the fucking hit that home
Yeah,
run for the Dodgers. boy.
88. That was a good. The 2001 World Series was really good when the Diamondbacks beat the Yankees.
Mm.
Thought that was a great World Series.
With a former Tiger, right? He was the one who hit it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
And
a
it was
lot.
right after 9/11 too, and everyone was like, "Yeah, the Yankees got this. They're gonna do
I
it."
was like, pro Diamondbacks, pro Al Qaeda. So
Luis Gonzalez had that big hit. I remember that. Gonzo.
I was always fond of that Boston KG championship team, NBA. When KG goes off in that post game interview, oh, here Gnarly disapproves again. I guess can't like other stuff.
Fuck Kendrick Perkins. Fuck Rondo. Fuck Garnett.
You
Fuck
don't
Paul
like
Pierce.
KG?
The only likable guy on that team was Scalabrini, that white ginger on the bench. That guy was hilarious.
Scalabrini.
NBA, like I loved. I loved Olajuwon back in the day. I like those teams.
Well, there's a million Jordan ones too. There's
fuck
a
Jordan. You
whole
can't
lineup
like
of
Jordan. You're from Detroit. You're Pistons guy. You can't like Jordan. Fuck
This
Jordan.
do
guy's
what I
all
want.
over the place. He's a flip
do what I
flop.
want. I'm like
He's a
Kung Fu,
flip-flop.
man. I walk the earth and I assimilate into whatever I feel like. Life's
This
too
guy
short
loves
for me to
Michael
suffer.
Jordan and
Trash
Derek
teams.
Jeter.
I have an uncle like that. We always ask him who his favorite team is, and he goes, "Who's winning right now?" Dead serious all
I
the
don't
time.
pick people who are winning. I pick talent, entertainment.
This is unprecedented. We've received a question from one of the members of the panel. Gnarly Zach would like to know how hyped is Burns for his Padres?
I haven't watched. I'm done with baseball. I ain't watching any of this shit. I don't give a fuck.
You're already done?
I don't.
No, it's getting
Like,
good.
what's
Houston's doing the whole heel thing right now.
I'm all.
I got no
NFL.
beef with the Padres because one, the Tigers smoked them in '84. I love Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, we already had sex with the Padres. It's not a big deal.
They're not a threat to me in any way. I like this young guy Tatis. Hosmer's a chode from the Royals, but I'm okay with that.
I'm terrified of them.
I'd like the Dodgers to win, obviously. Also, because I don't want Gnarly to get mad at me. But
I don't want to call it like I did last year, but if they take one game from us, we're in trouble. If the Dodgers don't sweep, they're in trouble.
All right.
I think like the Padres, this is why they bother me, like because they are good, like they're exciting. They have no pitching, but this is their World Series right now. Like against us specifically, like this is their World Series. So they're going to treat this like the World Series. I think Clevenger's coming back, like just for this apparently, because he has no arm, but he's going to push through it. We'll see what happens. I bought a lot of beer today. I wasn't going to let this affect me, but tomorrow it's going to start. Let's see what happens.
Kershaw's been strong though. I think having a half season made it so that he doesn't.
We've
throw his
been
fucking
strong
back
for
up.
eight years.
Yeah,
Well,
dude, I've seen it.
let the record show that there was a point in the last 6 or 8 months where Gnarly was saying this season doesn't matter because it's a
Oh,
COVID.
it doesn't. If we lose, it doesn't matter.
But it's
COVID,
okay. It's okay if you care. It's okay to care. It's okay to care.
It's not going to hurt me like at that time you found me outside of Game 7. The roost sitting with just my head down on the curb, contemplating walking into
Oh
traffic.
my god.
It'll be fine. Come a long
That
way
was
from
that. I mean, that was an unprecedented day inside of the Roost. If for no other reason than you couldn't really move. It was like a fucking loaded subway car in there, man. It was.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and they scored on you, Darvish, first inning, and the whole vibe just changed immediately in there. They're just like, all right, game's over. Like, here we go.
Ugh.
I miss the Ruse.
Before
Yeah.
we do the next question,
Yes.
I'm gonna do this small project while we're doing the questions.
Okay.
But one of my buddies told me that in Michigan now, you got hot cider and donuts at the cider mills.
Mhm.
Now all these places they all have cider Slurpees. Like they got Slurpee machines that they make this like because in Michigan, sometimes you're freezing your dick off trying to pick apples, but sometimes it's hot as fuck and you're sweating your balls off. So they've got Slurpee machines so you can get a hot cider on a cold day, or you can get a fucking straight up like styrofoam cup of apple cider Slurpee, which one of my buddies had today. So when I was out running errands, I grabbed, and this is my favorite cider, is this Golden State cider. And I froze up this ice cube tray of frozen hard cider. And I'm gonna make a slushy Slurpee out of this fucking. I'm gonna hit it with the blender. So continue.
Well, we've got some insider trading because Jesse Pop's sister is married into an apple orchard.
I'll have to ask my brother-in-law if he's into the Slurpees.
What's the word at Spicer's Orchard there? Are they doing Slurpees?
You should ask.
I will inquire. They're always doing something new. I haven't heard about the Slurpees yet.
Slurpee, obviously, like Frisbee, a copyrighted term. We're just talking about it flushed.
He did make it. Did I tell you when he made it onto the news during when like the frost was coming and they had to like start fires and bring helicopters in to like push the flames down to make everything not frost up and he made it onto the news for that.
But also, didn't like a bunch of their crop just get stolen in the night? Like
a bunch of people
that's like would have taken trucks. Did they ever solve that?
No, because they had another off-site orchard that they don't go to every day where someone just went in, like did an Ocean's 11 and just like stole like all their apples.
Like
It's a crazy story.
Yeah, like acres and acres and acres of apples just went in, and so they think it was maybe probably like another operation just because you can't just sell if I had like $100,000 in apples, I can't just be like, hey, who wants to buy my fucking apples? So they just like probably just absorbed into like another operation or something like that.
Oh, you made this right now.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, I didn't hear the blender.
You got a silent ninja.
Well, that's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Abe Moore, you're a friend of the show. Abe would like to know what is your favorite postseason game you've attended and why? I'm going to say I had back when the Pistons, before they won it, in what was the first year they won it? 2003 or 4?
Pistons?
Yeah. I mean, like that time.
2004.
So like probably 2 or 3 when we didn't make it all the way. Like a couple of those games that I went to against the Nets with fucking Jason Kidd and the dude who went to jail for fucking shooting somebody at his house.
Oh, Jason
that.
Williams. Was that Jason Williams? Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Those are like because I haven't
Chocolate Thunder, White Thunder,
baseball other than here with the Dodgers, which was fun, but you know what I mean, like for a team of my own.
I went to, I don't know if this officially counts as playoffs, but I saw the Tigers clinch against the Blue Jays in '87 when Frank Banana threw that shutout. I drove to Oakland in 2012 and watched the Tigers lose to the A's, and I walked out as the game was ending, and then my phone died, and I had to walk back to my hotel in Oakland. I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, but that's not that fun.
I'll also say that in '97, when the Wings won the Cup, we went down and we were at the Tiger game before, and then once they clinched and won, then we walked around Detroit while people went fucking ape shit.
I did that too, and the cop threw me on the ground. I was just trying to get back to my car.
That's the relationship you have with the police, dude. You are public enemy number 2.
It wasn't even. I was just like walking, and a random cop
that
just
guy
grabbed
is
me.
big ass. Fuck this guy.
I wasn't even like raising hell. I was like, we should probably go back. And I'm walking back, and the cop just goes, and threw me on the sidewalk. And I was like,
so good.
Why? Did you do anything?
No, I wasn't even. I was just walking on the sidewalk. He just picked me to do it.
Say it, Birds.
Look at this dweeb.
Probably.
Good God, man.
They stole your car too. Then they years later they came back to steal your automobile. Good fucking
I got bad vibes somehow. I don't know. I think I'm a nice
biggest
guy.
gang in the United States.
God damn. All right.
Anyone else been to a playoff game or been assaulted
man.
by the police?
I was working at Panera. It was Dodgers Cardinals game 1 when I think it was either a wild card or just a disrespected team that won the division. And we played the Cardinals. And I was 21 at the time. And my best friend Justin wasn't, but it was Abe, this guy we called Husk, who's a homie, Carlos, me. So we all turned 21. The other homie wasn't. We got a handle of Jack and a 12-pack of Dos Equis. Killed that shit on the drive to the game. Carlos was fucking second inning. He had to go downstairs, and people were just taking pictures with him throwing up. So like he's in front. This is a pavilion. He's like in front of the snack shack, just with his head in cardboard, and we were taking turns checking on him. But my friend Justin was just talking shit the whole time. So he got thrown out in the second inning, and I didn't know he got thrown out in the second inning because he was only 20. So they carded him. He was gone, waited for us the whole time. But then I kept buying beers for him, thinking he was there. I was just spending all this money. But then me and Abe were still watching the game, and the Dodgers, it was back and forth. We ended up tying it when Carlos was walking up the stairs finally, like from being down there since like the 4th inning. So he just comes up, and we all started cheering. And then Matt Holliday got hit in the dick with the Mark Loretta line drive. Not a line drive, but it was like a double, and it was like a walk-off victory. And then he blamed the towels. But the best was the homie being thrown out the whole time. And when we walked out, he was still waiting for us. He was like, yeah, I was calling my dad to see if he like knew anybody. And he said no, and like just hung up on me. Carlos was throwing up the whole time and did not get thrown out of the stadium. It was beautiful.
This is
like that guy in that one clip where he's just that big heavy set fella where he just keeps coming out like
class year. But he was doing like into a trash can.
One of those.
He was in proper
volcanoes
position
for a science project.
And this is like like the trash cans there. This is like before they like the nice ones. It was just like a cardboard box, like a big cardboard box with a trash bag. And he was just hugging it the whole time, throwing up. Come check on him. He's like, I'm cool with these people I don't know taking pictures of me.
Let me ask though. Okay, obviously you got the story, you have the experience. That's the important part. But like a playoff Dodgers game, pretty expensive ticket. What was the price to barf for?
I think Pavilion, it was like at that time we're talking like 2010, 11, maybe like 70.
I thought you were saying $2,000. Like, oh my God.
No, it had to be like 70 or something like that with fees. Like with fees and all that.
Which seems kind of cheap, but is also significant at that point in your life.
And that's when they were like just getting good. This is when I think we played the Cubs. No, the next year we played the Cubs. The year before that we played the Cubs. We had Manny Wood. So we were like still riding that kind of a wave, I think. But it was tight. Yeah, homeboy got thrown out. Carlos was puking his brains out. He comes up the pavilion like he's Christ, and everyone's just like, yeah. Good times.
Bernsey playoff memories?
I think I've only saw a one premium playoff game, and I saw Blackhawks and LA Kings a couple of years ago, and got like had been gifted nice tickets with the players' wives.
Series.
Like it was like, yeah, and it was, if going to like a Kings game is fantastic. Yeah. And I have one assaulted police story. We're in a middle school parking lot, like in high school, having a snowball fight. Like it was a fresh snowfall, and there's like 10 of us or more. And you get that many dudes throwing snowballs at each other. It has a real look to it, but it's just a fucking snowball fight. Fucking Officer Danger Zone or whatever just comes blasting into the thing, like whoop whoop, like spins into the fucking middle of the fucking parking lot, gets out like, what are you doing? Starts fucking grabbing people and this and that, grabs me, throws me on the fucking hot hood, like that term, hands on the hot hood, like fucking like I don't have my gloves on because you're making snowballs, like nice wet thick snow, and just like fucking forearm in the back of my head over a snowball fight. And
You're
then
a child.
eventually there was nothing to be in trouble for. And then he just kind of like, oh yeah, all right, you guys don't do this anymore. Then left.
That's so funny.
Stuck in
He got-
snowball fight.
He got paid for that, man.
He
That's
didn't
funny.
steal anything from me though, Pop. He had a little respect.
Yeah, I remember when I was like 10, my friends and we got into a crabapple fight, and then the cops rolled up and made us pick up all the crab apples.
Come on.
Those just like,
You have all the words.
dude, we had crab apples in almost everyone's yard on my cul-de-sac, and as kids, we would have crab apple fights, and they would fuck people's houses up. Every time one of those hit like a white siding, there'd be just. Tsh, tsh. There were some hot dads. Turns out dads in a cul-de-sac don't fucking like when their white siding has crab apple stains all over it.
That's all they got. That's all they got is their siding and their Trans Am and their lawn. So if you
Being
fuck
a
that
dad,
shit up, they
thanks.
will ruin you.
Speaking of
That's
Trans
Saginaw,
Ams,
Michigan, baby.
speaking of Trans Ams, Dink_Z71. Someone hands you $75,000 to buy a new vehicle. What's the new ride gonna be?
Ooh,
I don't know how much
Gambling
cars
and shit.
cost.
yeah.
No, I mean, can I keep the extra of what I don't spend?
Yeah, because they'll be like, I'll get
I think you got to go
300
big.
I'll just take the $300 Cavalier and then have 74,700 left. I don't know. I do like. I don't know. I mean, I don't. It's not that fun to drive in city traffic, but just getting like a Dodge Charger or something, like a car you could just rip down the freeway, it might be kind of fun.
I think I'd find
You
like
can go
I'd find
vintage though. I bet
Yeah.
What's that, Burns?
you can go vintage on this.
You can do whatever you want. I was
Yeah,
gonna say I think I'm gonna get a
75K.
Ford Tempo with the nice body that hasn't been fucking eaten away, and then fucking spend the rest of the money getting it right.
Mhm.
Just rebuild a Ford Tempo.
I think you got it. I think you just got. I think what he wants though is you got to just go. What's the like? What would you buy? Like I think I'd buy like a. If I do just get whatever I want like a 70s like Dazed and Confused style like Ford pickup truck, completely rebuilt, and because those engines last forever. And if you get the engine fucking dialed in, like something with like a like a brown stripe gold color with the
All right.
big hubs. Like
Then I'll do an El Camino. I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
El Camino.
Even like those old sedans or even the station wagons look way cooler than most cars now. Yeah, I just take some old vintage car like an
Give me
old.
the
Yeah.
Murph Mobile from Wayne's World. Everything the same. I want the flames painted, the red licorice rope thing, and then I'm flipping that shit on the freeway.
What is that? A Gremlin? I think. Is that what that car is called?
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's a cool
what year is the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am? Is that like 75 or 77?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
What year is the Rocky one? I think that's a 75 or 77.
Is it the
Because they
same
made a colorway.
T-top?
It's almost the exact same with the T-tops, but I would like, as opposed to the black and gold, I would like the white with the blue Firebird on the hood. I think that would be up there for me.
Fucking A. Got a couple more here. Grantster74. What's your Super Bowl prediction? Or you can add any 2 active players to the Lions with no salary cap. Who are they? So you either get to predict the Super Bowl, or you can add 2 players to the active roster for no salary cap. I'll take a fucking quarterback for the Lions. I'll take any motherfucking quarterback who can complete a pass, isn't a Fabergé egg, isn't a fucking, please.
You guys should tank to get the hot dude from Clemson. The guy looks like a chick almost. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That dude. Yeah, get that guy.
Problem is we've ruined we've ruined a number of Heisman Trophy winners, and I just feel like
Keep the tradition going.
yeah, there you go.
Just keep it going.
I think it's too early to make any predictions, but I'll take. I love Tom Brady, and no,
You think
kidding.
you want to take Tom
Brady.
Brady to the Lions, or you want to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the Super Bowl?
Oh well, Tom Brady on the Lions. That'd be great. Greg Johnson would love it. I don't know. I don't know who's going to make it to the. I mean, Seattle seems good so far, and Kansas City is good. I don't know. I would take Mahomes on the Lions for sure.
Yeah, it'd be shocking if Kansas City were playing right now. It's the fucking New England. It's really pleasurable to watch them lose. I would say that
Fuck the Chiefs.
Kansas City is going to be involved. I mean, there's nothing that they're so dominant, and the Seahawks look great, but Kansas City is just is doing really well. I'd say, and I would take Mahomes, and I would take like a Michael Thomas, a Pat Mahomes throwing the ball to Michael Thomas and the Lions. Oh, they'd find a way to fuck that up, though.
Yeah,
there's some way that they would
hire me
out.
as like their locker room guy, and I'd be talking too much, make people leave.
I just want to say that, as I told you guys on the golf course, I fucking let my dear wife Georgia pick my picks this week and pick them, and let the record show.
I know you did,
at the
Vince.
top of the leaderboard. She took the phone. She don't know shit about shit, and fucking this is what pro pick'em against the spread is. It is a real crapshoot. But
did you come in first?
Well, I mean, it's not over. There's 2 games, but as we go into right now, I am up, and I'm in a good spot in the third quarter of the New England Kansas City game.
That's so funny. That's like on Perfect Strangers when cousin Larry had Belky make his picks.
I don't remember that episode. Right? Rusty Shack, 6.
You are absolutely you're killing it.
What's that?
I remember, and I was going to text you today, and I forgot. I went and looked at it. I was like, holy shit, Georgia fucking won Pick'em this week. For the family.
For me,
family affair.
I treat it as an experiment sometimes. Like I told you, week 1, I did my best by just going down and picking all the home teams. Sometimes I'll close my eyes, but
damn, in 4th?
She's rocking it out right now. She's doing it.
Georgia the Greek.
Incredible.
Georgia the Greek, yes. Without the racism. Rusty Shack, 69-420.
Nice.
In the last 6 months, how many times have you woke up with a hangover and thought it was the coronavirus? I'm going to say at least once.
Well, I mean, I've been mostly locked down, so I've definitely been hungover. But even lockdown. I know I've texted Gnarly and been like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't feel right at all.
Yeah, you had like a good week where you're just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but like you're still
not drinking.
I feel it at night. I've had 2 instances where like at night I start to feel kind of fuzzy and I get a headache and then like my eyes like kind of burn. I'm just like because I work too, I'm just like, cool, this is it. Like it's happening. But then I just eat vitamin D and have a vitamin C and pound a Pedialyte and I wake up and I'm fine. But I've only felt like that when I've smoked a lot of weed, like during that time and just eating like a real piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, like the couple times I've had to venture out and fly and stuff, for a few days after, I was like a little bugged out, like waiting to wake up and like, I don't know. But other than that, like just normal days, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm generally a head case anyway. Like if I wake up in the night and I've got some ailment, or if I start to feel bad, whatever, I'm always, the first thing I'm like, how long is this going to last? Is this it? This is like I go to a bad place immediately.
I'm trying to figure out when my asthma is going to kick up because like the weather change, and not treat that as I'm sick and just like, no, it's just, this happens every year. Because every year I get fucked up when it goes from spring to summer or winter to spring and then fall into winter. Like my asthma just like flares up. And that, I don't know, man. I'm afraid of that shit. I don't want to get sick, dude.
I'm like Vince. I'm a freak out machine, man. I just anything once the snowball gets going, it gets bigger and bigger until I find out a way to melt it. The other day, was in the fucking in the shower, and I start getting because I have that blood clot. So anytime I get a sharp pain in my legs, you know, I'm old, but I get that little like pinch somewhere in that vein, and it's just like, fuck, I can't, like, you start melting down, just start melting the fuck down. So I constantly have those issues. Today I went out, I walked 5 miles, and you know it's hot as fuck here. And I just, like, it's Monday, I drank Coors Lights, watched football all day. On Monday, I'll get out there and I just sweat it all out, Ric Flair style. And then I came home and I'm sitting here and I was cleaning up the kitchen and I was making my trays to make this Slurpee. I start getting real hot, and I'm just like, because, you know, it's the temperature thing. I start getting real hot, and I start to get lightheaded because I start to get fucking like weird about it. And I go and I sit down in the chair, and I'm like, hot? Am I hot? Did I get what did I fucking do? Did I get this getting my fucking 4-pack of these ciders at the store? Even though very careful, but who knows what's going on in there? Because motherfuckers right now, it is not the same as it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago or a month ago. You go walk around, like go for a walk in our
It's gonna
neighborhoods.
get worse. Trump said it's fine. You're being too scared.
People got the shit. They're not distancing. They're not doing shit. And it makes me mad, and I don't want to scream at people. I don't want to get fucking hot. But it's like
South Park
dude,
covers this.
Watch
it, Burns, please.
I need to watch it. I haven't.
They cover the yelling at the face, man. They got it's all in there, man.
I feel you, Burnsy. I feel the freak out, dude. I feel you.
But I have not, like, it's usually a middle of the day for me. Like, I have not had, like, I've really cut back to just like Coors Lights and stuff and tried not to go too hard so I don't wake up with those sort of freakouts. But yeah, it happens on a regular basis. So what happens? I'm sitting here, I'm freaking out. I sit down, I realize my air conditioner's not on. I go look at the fucking the thermostat. It's like 82 in the apartment. And I'm like, you stupid Burns. You're a fucking stupid idiot. It's hot in here. That's what, you're not dying. You're not dying of coronavirus. It's hot. It's hot in here. And
early, dude. I wear my.
I also had a freak out earlier. I thought
my thermometer out.
Thought I was having a heart attack today too. and I went. So I like to have a sanctuary. When I start to have a freak out, I like to be in a bubble. Preferably, I'd be in a walk-in closet, but I don't have one of those, and shut the door. So I like to go in the bathroom and turn the fan on, and that white noise tends to calm me down. But it was like I was just sitting here in the morning with my phone like this, like on the couch too long. And then I got like a little cramp in my chest. And like, to me, it was like, so then I start doing this. Is it this side? Is this side the same? Is it just in your head that this side's the same? I walked off the show. What was it? 4 weeks ago. I left this show because I thought I was having a full-blown heart attack and a blood clot in my arm. For no reason whatsoever. It's not okay. It's not okay. There's no way to fix this.
Chug that cider, baby.
Yeah, chug the cider. Gentlemen, we've done it. We're there. It's another week in the books.
We did it, baby.
Take
Good
care.
luck.
We did it.
All right. Good luck, boys. I'll see you next week. All right. Bye.
I'll be okay.
Good luck.